Hi, you guys. So sorry about that. We got a very important phone call that we had to pause the stream for because business never stops turning here at the Morning Toast. But we're back.
We got a very important phone call confirming our reservation for tonight.
No, we need to just take a break because like the world doesn't stop turning. So just ignore. Tell all your friends we're back only on YouTube for today because Facebook sucks and they're trying to ruin our careers.
Right, they're trying to take YouTube down with them, and it's like
we're not interested.
We'll see you on November 28th. Not.
Pause. Remember when saying not was like the thing? Like,
yeah.
You look so pretty. Not.
Anyways, we were just popping off into our Fast Five stories, so let's take it from the top. With our number one story, I will now be reading this headline for the 4th time today. But you know what? It's never enough praise for Idris Elba, who's People's Sexiest Man Alive in 2018. It's an ego boost for sure, he says. Thoughts?
Happy that Hollywood is finally recognizing the true talent and beauty of Idris Elba because he's been wronged so many times and he's had to make his own career path, period.
Well, I just feel like this is 1 year too late because even though I was in the minority who enjoyed Blake Shelton's appearance last year and was
very small minority,
including Blake Shelton himself, who didn't understand why he was on the cover.
And we agreed.
But it should have been Idris Elba last year, I think, so now they're writing this wrong great. I was really hoping that this year would be Jason Momoa, but because Aquaman still hasn't come out, even though it's been 10 years.
It'll have to be next year.
It'll have to be next year because like all we have to go off of his sexiness is that one scene from the trailer where he's like up to his waist in water and turns around with his shirt off. Like
I haven't even seen that, and I'm so immersed in pop culture.
Right, so I feel like next year will be the year of Jason Momoa, and in the meantime, we can enjoy the year of Idris Elba, a very deserved award.
Yeah, and honestly, like ever since they promised, I know I'm repeating myself, I just don't know if people heard the first time. Ever since they said they were gonna make him Bond and then didn't, like, fuck everyone, okay?
Right, okay, would you rather be Bond or People's Sexiest Man Alive?
Bond. That's where the money's at.
Because, like, People's Sexiest Man Alive, does it even come with a paycheck? No.
And also, like, it's just, for so many reasons, Idris Elba needs to be Bond. One, like, we're just deserving of it. Two, it's, like, not even believable anymore that Pierce Brosnan, who has to, like, get his hip replaced between movies, is, like, jumping between trains fighting spies. Like, it's just unrealistic at this point, and I can't suspend that much disbelief.
Have you ever even seen a Bond movie?
Yeah, of course, Adele.
You saw it, the movie?
007 I saw when he's sitting in the chair and they keep kicking him in the penis. It's like so mean.
That's sad. I've never seen a Bond movie.
It's like so not our genre. We prefer, you know, more documentary type feature films.
We do. And even though action is not our genre, you know what I was thinking about? An action movie that technically isn't my genre, but I thoroughly enjoy, and I hope they make a sequel to the sequel. A third movie.
A sequel to the sequel.
Kingsman.
They did make a sequel.
They made a sequel. I hope they make a third is what I'm saying.
You know, I never saw it.
The sequel is just as good as the first one, like if not better. And has like Channing Tatum and it's really good stuff.
The guy who plays like the main character is like a generic version of like 6 other actors that I know. He's like oh my God, I'm having like gas in my throat today.
Burps?
He's like Dave Franco. He's also that guy, you know, Margot, who's the guy? The guy, you know, he's like the brown-haired actor. He's like a young guy. He's in like a Hunger Games type. Type of like franchise that's like not as popular or as well known, where he's like running through a wall, like
Harry Potter.
Divergent.
Who's the guy?
Ansel Elgort?
No.
Let me
Please,
look it up.
I know Ansel Elgort.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about, actually.
Give me his name. He looks like Dave Franco. Like the guy from Kingsman is like. They hire him to be the stunt double for the other guy in Divergent.
The guy in Divergent, his name is Theo James.
Show me
Theo?
His name is Theo?
Of course, he's an actor.
I'll text you a picture.
And a doctor.
Yeah, airdrop it to me, snitch.
Anyways, back to Idris Elba. I hope he thoroughly enjoys the title. And yeah, I can't think of People's Sexiest Man Alive without thinking of that episode of Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23 when Chloe
Dylan O'Brien.
Oh my God, what? He's such a loser.
That is so not...
Dylan O'Brien.
No, you're wrong.
That's who the Kingsman kid looks like.
No, he doesn't.
Dylan
the person that I'm
O'Brien...
sending you looks exactly like Dave Franco.
Wait, let me see. Hold on.
That was the
Maze
worst.
Runner. No.
That might have been the worst call you've ever made.
Wait, no.
Thank you.
No, it's the Maze Runner. Hold on, Margot. I don't even know the
The
picture.
Maze Runner.
Margot, who the fuck did you just send me?
Theo James.
I don't know who any of these people are, and I don't care.
Oh, okay. The Maze Runner. Yes. What's his name? It's Dylan O'Brien.
That's a horrible call.
Now the kid from the Kingsman. Hold on, Kingsman.
He's way cuter. and manlier.
know
Dylan
what
O'Brien
was
is like a little.
Oh my God, yes, this is such a good call. Okay, the guy who plays the Kingsman King, whatever his job is, the spy in training, is Dylan O'Brien.
No, he's not. Oh
Worst
my
call
God, Jackie,
of all time.
I'm gonna
I
send
love
you both
making
the
good
pictures side by
calls.
side.
Worst call of all time.
I fell upon this conspiracy theory like thread. It wasn't a conspiracy, it was like this insider thread about Taylor Swift's 7th album. It's coming out in July apparently. And it's like, I just really need my Taylor Swift conspiracy theory podcast to fucking launch already because I have to talk about this thread.
Aren't you in charge of launching it?
Like not at all. Because if I was, I
Really?
would have recorded it on my phone in my bathroom and just like released it.
Why don't you just do it?
Because like the network and the artwork.
Oh, right. Oh my God. Snitch just airdropped me photos of these guys.
Let me see.
They're just like
couldn't
white
be-
and young.
Who's
and
that other guy?
This is Kingsman.
Taron Egerton, that's
I can't talk about these people anymore. Like, if we're not talking about all the Chris's being the same, I'm not interested. Do you know what I mean?
We've been talking about that for 2 seconds.
No,
I can't talk about it.
No, but like, I can't talk about these names of people that I don't fucking know.
Okay, fine.
Dylan O'Brien, like from that terrible Netflix movie, and ruined Britt Robertson's acting chops. Like, please, scram. Next up, Spice Girls reuniting for a summer 2019 tour without Victoria Beckham. So it's not actually a Spice Girls reunion because these four would reunite.
Because there's nothing spicy about it.
These four would reunite for the opening of an envelope.
These four would reunite for honestly like a paycheck of like $700 to split.
People of the world, get ready to spice up your life because the Spice
who
Girls.
wrote this?
E.
Oh, that was a good reference. People of the world!
Spice up your life.
Every boy and every girl!
Spice up your life.
Everyone, mom!
Spice up your life.
Summit to the left if you're having a good time. Shake it to the right if you know that you feel fine. Shake it to the right. Ha, ha, go round. Summit to the left if you're having a good time. Shake it to the right if you know that you feel fine. Shake it to the right. Ha, ha. Hey, see, yeah, hood sign.
Snitch, do you know that song?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Spice World is and was like probably one of the best movies like of our generation.
Like on every level, on a music level, on a fashion level, on a comedy level.
Do you want to hear something so
on an
funny?
action movie level when that big bus has to go over the bridge?
So in my physics class in the 11th grade, we had to put together a project where you took like a scene from a movie or a TV show and you would measure the velocity of like the rate that the car is going. So I did the velocity of the Spice Girls big tour bus going over the London Bridge and like if it actually could have pulled off. And I realized in the movie they did it as a cartoon, like it's not a real bus going over a real bridge. It's literally like a toy car.
That's funny.
But if it was real, would like the however much a tour bus, double-decker tour bus typically weighs, and like the London Bridge and the speed I wrote, they would have had to been going like 800 miles per hour to have made it over the bridge.
So they were going 800 miles per hour. And that's just a terrible example to set for children.
And my teacher, Ms. Bracho, was like very in tune with what's necessary, and she like loved it.
That's great.
Yeah, she was a great teacher, like always just like making me excited about science. She should teach on Skillshare.
A decade after their last tour and months of teasing fans later, years of teasing fans later, like the ladies are officially hitting the road once again for a newly announced tour. While you say you'll be there, we do have a bit of bad news as one of the 5 OG Spice Girls will be missing this time around, Posh Spice Victoria Beckham, because she actually made a career for herself. Quote, today marks a special day for the girls as they announce the first tour date since we performed together in 2012. I won't be joining my girls on stage again, but being in the Spice Girls was a hugely important part of my life, and I wish them so much love and fun as they go back on tour next year, she wrote on social media. I know they will put on an amazing show, and the fantastic fans and past and present are going to have a wonderful time. I mean, something fishy is going on. Like, I
Did
know
you
that,
see what Mel B dressed up as?
yes,
Okay.
she dressed up as Victoria Beckham with a sign that says
Never going on tour.
Right. So I guess that was a promotional thing for the tour. I don't know, something about it is just ringing sad to me.
Well, here's the thing about all this stuff. It's like Victoria Beckham has a life and a career, and like I don't know if I would be like jumping on the bandwagon for something that happened 20 years ago when I'm literally like the face of my own successful brand.
Right. And nor should you. But I don't think it's considered a reunion if you don't get all the members back.
Here's the thing. Sorry, I'm taking, there's some drama, like I want to text.
What is going on?
No, nothing, just like a little birthday surprise, don't worry about it. Okay, here's the thing. And I always say here's the thing when I don't have anything to say yet.
Here's the thing.
The thing is that while I don't think that it's a reunion without Victoria Beckham, when she was a Spice Girl, she wasn't necessarily like the best one, like vocally. So I think they could really pull it off without her. It's just like a cultural thing. Like, do we need that?
No, I don't think that we need that. They're only going on tour in the UK, which I think proves that they realize that this might not be like the blockbuster they were hoping for.
I can't even drink like without spilling.
Are you okay? This show is like so fucked up today.
I know, but like those are the best shows.
Are they?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wait, I had something else I want to tell you.
Okay.
So you're really in charge of monitoring the Facebook group, like in terms of letting people in. I never do, but I was getting a manicure, drying my nails, and I was bored. I'm like, let me try. And I didn't realize that you changed the entry questions to like, are you a Claudia or are you a Jackie? And it was so interesting to like hear what people think of us and like what the traits that they relate to.
Yes.
So for you, it was like I'm obsessed with all things beauty, but like I'm really a grandma.
Yes.
That's like I didn't even realize that that's what you are.
No, it's like the things that people point out about you and I. It's interesting, like what we're most known for to them, and like for you, it's like outgoing, no filter, dog mom.
Right. No, it's
my dog.
Anyone who has a dog like is a Claudia, or anyone who's like very loud and like annoying is a Claudia, and then anyone who has red hair is automatically a Jackie.
Right.
And anyone who like wears Celine like grandma shoes is also a Jackie.
Yes. And has stopped drinking and wants to move to Cleveland.
Yes, wants to move to Cleveland and loves a Pinot Grigio girl.
Yes.
I listened to that song this morning. It's one of the underrated songs on Joanne.
The whole album is underrated.
Yes.
Also, speaking of the Facebook group, we are letting in new members. I just trained the snitch last night to know to start accepting members or declining, showing her what you should look for in an answer.
So people should start bothering snitch.
You should bother both of us. She hasn't started yet, but now she knows what to do. We went through a couple samples. I tested her. I was like, would you let this person in?
What do
yes
you
or
look
no?
for in an ideal profile?
Okay,
Jackie, don't
so
tell them.
no, but the people who are watching should be in the group.
I don't know.
agree.
I wouldn't.
No, I agree. I can't even tell
Well,
you
first of
anymore.
all, any in-depth answers that show that you have been watching the show for a while and you know you're in tune with what's necessary will get you into the group. There's no right or wrong answers. Actually, there are some wrong answers. The first question is, what's your favorite Toast inside joke? Toast is capitalized. I don't want answers from the old show. That is an automatic no.
Oh, but so would you consider Claudia on Flat Broke?
So because of the October 1st episode, there are people who applied right after October 1st, and so that's their answer. But typically, that answer doesn't get you in, and then I look to your other two answers, and sometimes...
To see if it's reflective of your toastiness.
Right, and a lot of people, like, I no longer accept that as an acceptable answer. It's not like
understand.
decline automatically, but now it's not accept automatically.
Got it.
You know?
Well, it's like annoying, like that annoying people have to ruin it for us, because like, I
Like
wanna
those
let
are the
in-
like that's an answer that you could find like on Reddit or something.
Right.
Like, so I want to see. Yes, I'm sure maybe your favorite inside joke is grab a spoon, but like, show me that you really know the show.
Right, and like it's just frustrating because there's 3,000 requests right now, and I want to let them all in. Like and every time I do a meet and greet at a show, they're like, "Let me into the group." I'm like, "Oh man, you came to my show and you're not even in the group. Like, you deserve it." But there's no way for us to like retroactively like search.
Yeah, and when people are saying, "Let my friend in the group," her name is Katie Fine. I can't search people's names, so
Who's Katie Vine?
it's not help. Like, I want to let your friend in the group, trust me. But until Facebook lets you search requests, I can't do anything for Katie.
So it's just like frustrating, and they'll just have to like people will just have to wait.
The Facebook group is more secure than the CIA.
It is, but not as secure as the TIA.
Totally.
Okay, have we only done one story, or is that two?
No, that's two because the Spice Girls.
Oh yeah. So like TBH.
However, one
They
item.
need to let the dream die. I'm sorry. I'm like the biggest Spice Girls fan, but it's like I've been hearing about a reunion since I was like 13.
No, and remember when the Olympics were in the UK and they like sang a song together and everyone was like, Spice Girls reunion.
And they said they were launching a tour. I've been hearing about a Spice Girls reunion tour like since I was 12.
I honestly would rather see like a young, fit cover band doing Spice Girl songs.
Oh yeah, like
you know what
young,
I mean?
sprightly, like impersonators.
Yes, like I would like
Or,
go
like,
see
any-
them before I see like these girls without posh singing old songs and not dancing.
Or like any
and
basic
and probably lip syncing.
bitch like group of friends like on Halloween. Like start singing. I'm
Singing.
interested.
Or like Little Mix doing like a set of songs where they dress up as the Spice
Wait,
Girls.
that's such. Is there 5 Little Mix or 4?
There's only 4.
Wait,
But
oh
now
my
there's
God.
only 4 Spice
Theo
Girls
brought his
anyway.
bone over
If
to
you could
you.
do away with any Spice Girl, who would it be?
Okay, well here's the thing. I would say sporty, except after Spice Girls, she was the only one who had a solo career and released the greatest song.
What?
Oh my God, Margot, what's that song?
Who?
By Mel C.
Hold on. You know it. Hold on. Mel C song.
I guess now I understand. Ooh, it's 11:11. Make a wish.
I turn to you.
That's
like a
Miss
flower
Mel C?
leaning towards the sun. I turn to you.
That is a great song. Maybe
'Cause
she should
you're
go back
the
to her
only-
solo career.
It's 11:11. Make a wish.
Gucci bag, 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 You're lying.
Gucci bag, Gucci bag, Gucci bag, Gucci bag, Gucci bag, Gucci bag, Gucci bag,
You're lying.
Gucci bag. I'm lying a little. It's not really a Gucci bag in there, but it's present. I turn to you like a flower leaning towards the sun.
I'm sorry, but it says Gucci bag, 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 Gucci bag. I'm dead.
But it's not really Gucci. I don't want to
It's a Gucci bag, 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 Gucci bag. Oh my God, this is beautiful.
I know.
Is this from you?
Yes, just me. Nobody else contributed. Oh,
Just her.
actually, the Toasters multiple times reached out and they were like, we're gonna gather money from everyone and get Jackie a Gucci bag. And I was like, first of all, Jackie could never accept a present as extravagant on behalf of the Toasters. And two, I already got it, so stop.
Oh my God,
But
I
just
love
want you to know,
this.
on multiple occasions, I had to like refund people's money.
Okay.
The Toasters tried so
Oh my God,
hard.
I love you guys, and thank you, sister. This is so nice.
And now that this is the toast, ask, believe, receive.
So next up, we are getting Wicked revived with Ariana Grande and Doug
Yeah,
Cameron.
no, when next 11/11 tomorrow, we're wishing for a Wicked revival, and we're also wishing for network show, network show, network show, network show, network show, network show, network show. That one's hard to say.
Wait, speaking of network shows, the past few nights I've really, hold on, let me get rid of all this tissue. I've really been checking out the competition.
What do you consider the competition?
Okay, obviously busy tonight, even though like pales in comparison. Lady Gang I watched last night, 2 nights ago, and then Nightly Pop, which I told you to watch last night.
I was already asleep.
So last night I watched the first episode, which was last week, and the second episode, which was this week, which was last night, and I watched with Zach, and it's so good. And Morgan Stewart
Is a true
truly
talent.
is the Barbara Walters of our generation because
Wow.
not only is she so funny on Daily Pop, but it's easy to be funny when you're not being the host, the serious one. It's like Jerry O'Connell's show where like he does all the structure and then his guests get to be funny.
Totally.
So it's easy for her to be funny on Daily Pop. So like, what are her hosting chops? She hosts Nightly Pop. She reads from the teleprompter.
Oh, wow.
She does all the conversations.
And we know that it's not an easy feat.
And she's so cute and funny, and she really can do it all. And
Also,
even
like-
Zach was watching, and he was like, "Wow, she's really good at reading from the teleprompter."
Could she be more beautiful?
Could she be more beautiful?
It's, like, annoying.
More stylish, just so funny and relatable. And I really think she's going to do amazing things.
What do you think keeps her up at night? Because she seemingly has the perfect life.
I think what keeps her up at night is like, is Nightly Pop going to take off? Because if it doesn't, then it's like that's a lot of. She got
It's
a
a
lot.
setback.
It's a setback for her, and it shows maybe she can't helm her own show, even though she can. And like this show could be everything. What else keeps her up at night? I feel like she definitely, even though she's like skinny and perfect and beautiful, she definitely like thinks about what she's eating.
Oh, yeah.
You know, 'cause-
and she said on Rich Kids of Beverly Hills, she was chubby when she was a kid, and she was like teased endlessly about it.
And I think even once the first season of Rich Kids, she wasn't as like thin as she is now. So she definitely works at dieting
Yeah.
and losing weight. So that's something that would keep people up at night.
I can't believe I just got this toy for Theo because it's keeping him like so intact. And it's basically a bone where you hide a treat inside, and he spends 6 hours trying to get the treat.
Yeah.
Look at him, he's going nuts.
And we do know that like she's had some like fractured friendships.
True, Roxy.
So-
do you see Roxy's engaged?
Yes.
She looks, I mean, her ring is so beautiful, and her husband, fiance, is so cute, and he's like a trillionaire.
Good for her.
Yeah. And like, you know who I'm really happy for?
Scotty?
Yeah, because like this is his dream. Like, he is a Salwati's sister, and he pretends that he is, and I'm just like really happy for him, and like he's gonna be probably the maid of honor.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Happy for him. Anyways, I recommend Nightly Pop and anything Morgan Stewart does, and I just like, I feel like she's such a good representation of our generation.
Yeah.
And
I think I agree. The Barbara Walters of our generation is a blanket statement for sure, but I think a safe one.
No, but the Barbara Walters of her generation, she was just like the go-to host.
Mm-hmm.
And now that's changed with social media. You have to be funny and quirky and
And
not
have followers.
and not just read off the teleprompter.
Yeah.
And I think Morgan Stewart is all of those things.
Yeah, I mean, anyone can read off a teleprompter.
Except for
anyone
Megyn
except
Kelly.
for Megyn Kelly.
Okay, next story.
We finish each other's.
Sandwiches. Mac Miller's death ruled accidental overdose of fentanyl, cocaine, and alcohol. Mac Miller's death has been ruled as an accidental overdose. The LA County Department of Medical Examiner coroner confirms to Yahoo Entertainment that the rapper died from mixed drug toxicity after finding fentanyl, cocaine, and alcohol in his system. What's fentanyl?
Speed?
How's that different than cocaine?
I truly don't know. I don't know the difference between a lot of drugs. Like, what's the difference between heroin and crack?
I think when you smoke. You
And
smoke.
heroin you spoon?
Well, no, crack is smoking cocaine. Crack cocaine. Crack heroin? I don't know.
Yeah, drugs are
No,
confusing.
and then
you
also,
shouldn't do that.
but you can also shoot heroin. But I think that smoking it is worse for you. I don't
Oh,
know.
really? I think shooting it has to be like the worst.
Sounds worse, but then it gets into your lung. Well, it gets into your
veins.
bloodstream. I don't know. We don't know
None of
anything
it is
about drugs.
good.
But seeing as that it was an accidental overdose, like makes it even sadder.
I wish I could say thank you to Malcolm because he was an angel. Honestly, anytime I think, like, Ariana's like starting to annoy me now with like all of this press, but like anytime I think about the Mac Miller of it all, like it makes me really sad.
It makes me really sad, but if he hadn't passed away, like, and we were saying this the other day, that like in death, like you become like legendary.
Iconic, right.
And if he hadn't passed away, he would just be like her ex who's like addicted to
Mean
drugs.
and yeah, wasn't a good like fit for her.
Right.
That's
so
true.
it's easy to look back on like in hindsight favorably, but we have to remember like the things she was saying while he was alive.
Fentanyl is an opioid.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how a lot of overdoses happen. People say that's Prince was hooked on opioids. And actually, I was just sitting at the nail salon, and I started reading a People magazine that said Jamie Lee Curtis is addicted to opioids.
Yeah, she was. She was on the cover.
On the cover.
How I overcame my opioid addiction.
Oh, that's cute. Not cute. Sorry, I was looking at Theo, and I was like, oh, that's cute. And then, no, the opioid addiction is not cute. Intern is having a rough time. Theo, he wants attention. And that's exactly
Intern
what
is
he's
having
getting.
a rough time. We must get through the rest of the show.
Yeah, we must. Also because merch launches in 40 minutes. Merch. Go to shopmorningtoast.com.
Oh, what I was going to say about the merch is like the Morning Toast is really a sorority. It's the sorority most of us were never in, excluding myself because technically I wasn't a sorority, but I'm not at liberty to talk about it. You know.
Yeah, I know. It's like so fake.
And now I'm in a sorority that I can talk about proudly and wear a shirt out in public.
No, a sorority is truly the perfect way to describe the toasters. Like when I try to explain to people, like I use cult,
But cult
which has
is
like a negative connotation.
It's like we're brainwashing people and it's, yeah, it has a negative connotation.
Even though the toast doesn't, but it's the only way to describe like our sisterhood.
Yes.
But sorority
is a sisterhood of sisters who aren't blood related. That's
so
us.
our merch is really reflective like of the merch you get when you enter A Delta Kappa Phi.
So I know you're considering a lot of other houses, but please rush Toast.
Yeah.
You won't regret it.
Yeah. We'll give you our bid.
Yeah.
You know,
Everyone gets a bid. That's the thing.
And when I take like pictures at meet and greets with like big groups, I always say I'm like I feel like I'm in a sorority. Like what's our? You know, everyone has like a.
Oh, we've done this before.
What is ours?
I think it's.
But that's
No.
That's not like. I want like a. You know, like
What about Toast?
that looks like a little Hail Hitler vibes, but
No, one.
Imagine everyone's like.
No, but it's you have to keep your arm bent. That's the key. 1,
It
2.
looks like a hand job.
1, 2, 3. No, you have to raise your glass.
Yeah, that's cute. That's mad cute. Yo.
That's a cute one.
Yo, that's cute.
Okay.
That's cute, yo.
So a morning toast on 3. Toast on 3. 1, 2, 3. Toast. You're still like going.
What? No.
You have to scoop into it.
You would spill your drink like that.
What were you doing?
Like this. Give me 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Toast. Okay. This next story we've tried not to talk about because we're not giving this relationship the platform that it so severely wants, but I can no longer not talk about it because I'm in shock.
Okay.
Priyanka Chopra's Bachelorette weekend wardrobe featured feathers, sequins, and lots of bridal bling. Ever since Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas announced their engagement, she's been embracing a bridal-like wardrobe. And for her epic bachelorette party in Amsterdam, she kept her bride-to-be theme going in a series of show-stopping white dresses. Chopra kicked off the weekend in a white sweater dress with feathery appliques, a white coat, and over-the-knee snakeskin boots. She's seen sipping from a drink out of 2 plastic straws, and honestly, I've never related to a bitch more in my life. Then she switched things up on the second day, ditching white and opting for an orange and pink sweater with a plaid skirt. But she kept the bachelorette vibes going by accessorizing with a bride-to-be sash and fascinator. Okay, you guys, I have something to say about these two, about Nick and Priyanka.
Tell us.
They are going to go the distance. They're going to get married.
They're just that thirsty.
And they might even have children, and they're never going to give up on this farce.
I
And the
couldn't agree
reason
more.
why is because it's easy to be in a relationship with someone when there's no like emotion in the game. Like this is a business transaction for
Right.
both of them that is proving to be quite fruitful.
Fruitful.
So yes, of course I will invest more in the business. So she is going so ham.
Well, the thing
And
is,
it's almost like she's just like becoming like a professional bride. It doesn't even matter who she's engaged to. This has
Right.
nothing to do with Nick and just Priyanka the bride.
so it's so funny because like I'm very in tune with what's going on in pop culture, and Priyanka's at the forefront of it. And like I never would have known that she went on her bachelorette party. I only know because I follow Sophie Turner on Instagram, and she's like being a good sister and is being there. I didn't see that Danielle Jonas was there. Did you?
No. Is she pregnant?
Oh, maybe. Where did they go? Because the pictures that I saw on Sophie Turner's looked like fucking like
Amsterdam they
France.
went to.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh, I guessed that.
Yeah, you guessed Europe because it did look like Europe.
Yeah.
I just feel like, I guess when you're a celebrity, it's different and you can just like grab a plane and go anywhere. But Bachelorette weekends are supposed to be like a 2-3 day thing. Like you shouldn't have to travel 12 hours.
Yeah, and like
Like if
not
one of
to
my
fucking Amsterdam.
Like if Olivia, my sister, one of my best friends in this world, was like, I'm having my bachelorette party in Europe, I would say,
have a good time.
have a great time. I won't be there.
Yeah, no,
that goes
but
against.
you know what? That's so Priyanka.
I mean, it is. I was surprised Megan wasn't there.
I was not because she couldn't, but if she was there, I would have been like, wow, she went. She's a good friend.
But Megan
Maybe she
really
stopped in for a meal.
But they're really best friends. I think, yes, they were best friends before Megan was even a royal, just because they were both like thirsty, like cable network actresses. And now that they're both
They've
like in
both
the
been
upper
elevated.
echelon of society, the friendship is even more beneficial.
Your chair today looks like it's been like electrocuted with balloons, like, you know?
My hair too.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh my God, the helium is like lifting up your hair.
Oh
That's
my God,
what it
you're
is.
lying.
That's why your hair's sticking up. But you can't see it on the show. We're not that high
okay.
quality.
Let me go back
Don't
to
worry
my
about
part
it.
then.
Oh, but you just brushed your hair up against the balloons. It's only gonna get worse.
So anyways, Nick and Priyanka will definitely be getting married, and I think soon, because she's already had her bridal shower, her bachelorette party,
But
their
don't you have your
engagement party.
bachelorette party before your bridal shower?
I guess it depends. I honestly think that they will be married, like, perhaps by the end of the year.
Wow, that would be crazy. What if they're doing a New Year's wedding?
I wonder which one we'll go to then.
Yeah,
It'll be a tough.
Priyanka's or her sisters?
I think I'm going to go to our sisters because I like to support real love.
Yeah, me
and
too.
not just finance
Ask, Believe,
transactions.
Receive. I need a dress for Olivia's wedding, and I'm just having a hard time. So if you know of a beautiful burgundy dress that has sleeves and can flatter a busty-sized woman, I would just appreciate it in an email.
Very fair.
I'm having such a.
Well, we're going to go shopping today, so maybe you'll find something.
No, I gained 2 pounds. I can't.
Stop.
I've become one of those girls.
You look wonderful.
No, and honestly, like I think it's mean to try on any sort of clothes when you have your period,
Oh, yeah.
because then you have to buy it. Like it's just not right.
Oh, shit. We still have one story. I don't know why I put my iPad away.
Yeah, and is it a story that I requested?
No. What story did you request?
Jason Derulo?
Oh, it's hard to do a story on a video.
Fine,
you know how
fine.
I feel about that. Uh-oh, iPad's tweaking out.
Okay,
But
so-
the story so Amazon has been teasing everyone for literally a year now where they're going to put their second headquarters, because whatever city they choose will bring new jobs,
Oh wow,
young people.
Yeah,
Like it's been a
Where
really
is
big.
the first headquarters? San Fran?
I think so. Somewhere techie.
If only we had an intern who was listening to the show to look things up that we asked.
I really hope that you're on your phone curing cancer right now, because like
What are you doing?
I'm reading the comments. So many celebrities wished you a happy birthday.
Who?
ew.
Oh, like celebrities mean like ours type
Yeah.
of celebrities. Peter Krause, Lauren B, Nicole Hawking. So sorry, and that's what I'm interested
Okay.
Okay, but Snitch, like, we need to know, what did we need to know? Where is the Amazon current headquarters?
And then I'm going to tell you what they're planning for HQ2, because I even remember when I was in Dallas, I was talking to Zach's grandparents, and they were talking about how they were in the running. Dallas is in the running for HQ2.
Seattle.
Okay, that makes sense. They're in the running for HQ2, and like how it would bring so many like new young people, so many jobs. It's going to boost whatever economy it chooses to go to.
So have they decided? Is
Yes.
that the story?
They've decided.
Is it a letdown? What is it?
The company is nearing a deal to move to splitting up HQ2.
Spreading the love.
One to Long Island City, Queens, according to two of the people briefed on the discussions. And they're also close to a deal to move the second one to Arlington, Virginia, a Washington suburb. Amazon already has more employees in those two areas than anywhere else outside of Seattle, its home base, and the Bay Area. But like, I'm not here for this. First of all, New York does
don't
not
need more
need
people.
anything more.
We don't need more people.
Even though like, New York is, the capital of the world. So if Amazon is doing something, it should be here, especially, with the decline of Wall Street. People are just saying
Yeah,
that.
but, like, how many people are going to work in this thing and, like, live in the city and take the subway and be in cabs and just, like, cause more congestion?
Right.
Ugh.
And all the, like, Amazon trucks shipping out.
The trucks.
But, well, then we'll get our shit really quickly.
Oh my God, totally. They need to open in Long Island City, because there's a lot of space, like an Amazon mega warehouse where, like, if you need something that day, you can go.
Well, that's what it seems as if they're doing with HQ2.
Oh, really? Like, you will be able to go buy, like, a store?
Oh, you can go. Oh, no. It's not retail. It's just HQ, too.
But it doesn't have to be retail, but they need a warehouse where they ship stuff out from that you can also go and shop at if, like, you can't, like, need it that day.
Honestly, like, not to make this about myself, but they really should have. I'm not here for this decision. I'm not here for splitting it up either, because I feel like they could have really revitalized the city, and I feel like they should have gone with Cleveland.
Of course. By the way, in Kardashians this week when they were doing the podcast from Cleveland, Scott definitely respects your opinion on Cleveland.
Yeah, and Chloe definitely knows my opinion on Cleveland. Or they could have brought it to like a city that needs it, like Detroit.
That could use like the boost in economy, use the boost in jobs, like not already flourishing city like New York.
Right. So I don't know. I'm not totally here for this decision, but I do trust and respect Amazon's process. So I'm sure like
they haven't let us astray this far. Like why would they start now?
Right. So
it is what it is, ladies. We'll see.
We'll see. Now I've been waiting for this for 48 hours. We are about to talk about the greatest movie of our time, Three Identical Strangers, a documentary about.
So let me start.
Okay.
If you haven't watched it, honestly, I would turn this off because it's such a great film that I don't really want you to be spoiled.
Turn this off, but log on to Shop Morning Toast at noon.
Yeah.
Also, follow me on Instagram.
The show's not over, Jackie.
No, but they're leaving.
Okay.
Follow me on Instagram. I'd like to hit 140K today. I'm really not that far, so if I don't, that's fucking embarrassing. I haven't posted a birthday picture yet, but when I do, just make sure to like it, and that's where you can leave me your birthday wishes and just tell me everything you want me to see. I'll read all the comments. And what else? Thank you, everyone, for contributing to my Gucci bag in like spirit, you know. And
yeah, it was not financially.
No, because they wanted to, and then their spirit.
It was so sweet.
That's really so sweet. Thank you all for watching.
Really, I was like, oh my God, like I could never let you, but like I love you. Okay, so I was in the airport and I read in the back of People magazine this story, which apparently is a very popular story from the 80s, like in the news. I never heard about it, but in the 80s, like everyone knew about it because there were these three triplet brothers who at the age of like 18 were reunited after being separated at birth.
They found each other, like two of them went to the same college.
And it made the news, and then the third one saw
the two of them on the news and was like, oh my God, I'm related to them. I'm also adopted, and I look exactly like them. So the three of them found each other, and it was so happy, and it was so crazy, and just like...
So the documentary has two of the brothers talking, telling the story of like how they were reunited, how they met, how they grew up, and then once they found the third brother, they were like launched to stardom. They had a restaurant, they were in movies, they were celebrities, they were dating every
Studio
girl.
54.
That part of the movie was like amazing.
No,
and
like
yes, get it.
That's what would happen like now if something like this were happening. It kind of reminds me of like Mason Ramsey, like just something so
pure,
like just going viral. And if Mason Ramsey like were an adult, which then he wouldn't have gone viral because the fun of it is that he's a kid. It's just like this is how he's been received in the world. And so they were adults. So like they're hitting up Studio 54,
right,
Talk of the Town, and just loving each other and getting to know each other and finding out like all these things that they have in common.
So like these three boys who were robbed of so much of their childhood, like were just launched to this like happy, fun-loving family stardom, and their parents were like furious that they didn't know that the brothers had two triplet brothers, and they started doing research, and they were going to hire a lawyer.
They went to the agency, Louise Wise Agency, which was the premium
Jewish adoption agency in New York at the time.
So there was only one, and they were like, "Why didn't you tell us that they were triplets?" And they were like, "Well, we thought we wouldn't be able to place triplets, so we separated them and put them in different homes so that everyone could have a home," which seems benign. And even when they left, like they knew there was more to the story.
And they tried to hire a lawyer to like investigate and to sue, and every predominant lawyer in New York took the case and then subsequently dropped them, which led the parents to believe that like
there's
this
something
runs
more going
deep,
on.
And there's real like powerful people involved. So it turns out that the separating of the three twins was a part of a study performed by Dr. Peter Neubauer, who was a fucking sick fuck, who separated many sets of twins.
13 sets of twins.
And we only recently found out that it was that many sets because Dr. Neubauer is dead.
And the study is now housed at Yale University and is archived until 2066, when presumably all of the people involved will have passed away. So they were studied from childhood, and it was an experiment on nature versus nurture. These three people are naturally all the same, but they were raised in different environments. And the kicker is, because you think they're testing the twins, like they're testing the triplets, like they're coming to their house, they're studying them, they want to see how they are. But when you find out what they're really testing is the parents, that they had placed daughters in all of these homes to find out the different parenting styles, and then they placed one triplet in a strict home, in a traditional home,
one right in the middle,
and one in like a modern home. And they studied the effects of different parenting on essentially the same person.
Right. And so the reason why only 2 out of the 3 of the brothers are in the documentary is because one of the brothers, after they rose to fame, they like went back to normal life. They all got married, started having kids.
They had a restaurant together.
They had a restaurant together. One of the brothers suffered from mental illness and committed suicide. And it turns out that their birth mother suffered from mental illness, and he definitely inherited that from her.
As did some of the other birth mothers from twins that were separated. So then it's not only are they testing nature versus nurture on parenting styles, but they're also using children who are predisposed to mental illness, one, trying to see if mental illness is nature or is it nurture? Like, is it something that you're born with, or is it something that circumstances might lead you to have?
So the brother who did commit suicide grew up in a home where it's like his family, they weren't very like overtly like intimate and affectionate. Thank you, that's the word. And the thing I didn't like or agree with the movie is like they tried to a little bit shift blame to his parents about him committing suicide, like that they weren't affectionate and they didn't say I love you enough. And like it's not like he grew up in a bad home. Like his dad was in the documentary. He was like a lovely guy. He was a teacher. He just wasn't like mushy gushy lovey.
Also, in terms of parenting styles, they were also socioeconomically very different.
Right.
One was rich, one was poor,
one was in the
middle class. So using all of those different things to understand like why we are the way we are.
Right, and basically the whole study was like, is it nature or is it nurture? And then the conclusion of the study, which we'll never get, but the conclusion that all the doctors in the film made was like, sometimes it's nature, and sometimes it's nurture. Great, we knew that already. So you have to ruin all these people's lives?
But in the middle of the movie, when they talk to that woman who's in fucking La Jolla now,
she was his research assistant for many years. She's the only one still alive. She is a Nazi.
She's not Jewish, is she? And what's so crazy is that this study was conducted by Jews on Jews, which is just so...
Jew on Jew crime.
It's Jew on Jew crime, and it's so... I can't believe something like this would happen in the modern era, like post-Holocaust, conducted by someone who escaped the Holocaust.
Totally.
And it's like Mangala shit. And that's what one of the brothers said. They were like, this is some Nazi shit. When you start experimenting with like human lives and just like trying to play God, you are a Nazi.
The La Jolla bitch was so
scary.
Not remorseful, like it's like you know when they do like there's like literally 3 living Nazis like in America, and the people like throw eggs outside their house and like you see them like living their lives. It's like, how can you live your life when you killed 6 million people? Like, how does that woman live with her pictures of her and Michelle Obama like and not know what she did? And then they had another research assistant who was only there for a year, and he was normal. He was like, I was doing the work, I wasn't really involved, and I used to go to these people's houses and like do the studies and like go from one brother to the next, and then they didn't even know they had brothers. And he was like, I left after a year because I just thought it was weird. Like, thank you, that's a fucking normal reaction.
Yeah, and he gave us like some more information as to how many people were there and the notes that he took, but he was only there for 10 months. And the woman, the old woman from La Jolla, who's fucking scary bitch, was like saying in the middle of the movie, it really is all nature. Like, you think you have agency and free will, but now doesn't it suck to know that you don't? Like, and so in the middle of the movie, I literally turned to Zach. I was like, wow, it really is all nature. And then by the end of the movie, after understanding what they did and like how all these 3 boys were essentially the same and raised in different environments, and we were saying how, considering they're predisposed to mental illness and the other brothers did suffer from it as well, and they were separated from each other in the crib at 6 months old. Imagine like you can't imagine it because you're not even aware when you're a child, but like you have 2 people beside you
in the womb
and for 6 months after, and then those people are just gone and you're alone, and that like fucks with you psychologically on top of being genetically predisposed to mental illness, and then you are in a home that isn't a completely right fit for you.
Right.
But that's not any adoption agency. But like,
can't know that.
But all these factors together, it's like, what did you think was going to happen?
So stupid, so fucked up. We didn't get any results. And so Yale, all the paperwork is under lock and key at Yale. They have released like 10 pieces of paper to the families and people who have been affected, and it has nothing in it.
And it has information redacted to protect other people that were part of the study who still don't know that they were part of the study and that they have a twin out there. So
we know that there are 13 sets of twins, and that 11 of them have been found.
Right, so there are still 2 sets of twins out there.
And we think we know one.
Who don't know that they're twins, and we think we know one.
So the reason why Jackie really got like fucking hyped on this is, and when I was watching the movie, I was thinking a lot about Ben's mom. Ben's mom was adopted. And I know she was adopted. She was born Jewish and adopted into a Jewish family, which I know is like kind of rare. And it was because she was in this like very well-known Jewish adoption agency. And I was like, oh, that's so weird. Like, maybe it was this one. And the whole time, and Ben's mom is like, she is very intuitive. Like, when I was in Mexico and that lamp went on and I saw a ghost, like, we called her. Like, she's very clairvoyant. She definitely is in the middle of the worlds. Like, she has a spot right there in the middle. She's like Teresa, the Long Island Medium. And when I was watching the movie, I was like, oh my God, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Ben's mom, Ava, had a twin. Because maybe that intuition that she feels is this other person that she knows. And I'm like, maybe she's at the same agency. So I called Ben immediately when I landed because I watched it on the plane.
I called you immediately when I watched it.
I made Ben watch it, and he asked his mom. She was from the Louise Wise agency. She was born in August 1961, and the boys...
The triplets were born July, August 1961.
So a month's difference. And
she was in the nursery with them.
Yeah. So I was... I was freaking out. So we went to dinner 2 nights ago, and I was asking her a million questions, and she's like so open about it. She like wants to hear the story, and she met her birth mom like many years after she was adopted, and she knows her birth sister. So like, there's no way that she could be a twin because like her birth mother would have told her, been like, "Where's your sister?" So she's not. But Ava was adopted with a brother, so it also makes me think that like because all the boys had sisters. So I'm like, maybe her brother has a twin.
And her brother was adopted from Louise Wise as well.
Right, so now I'm like getting involved in other people's business. That's like not my business. But like, I'm telling you, we think we know.
I'm shook. I can't believe it.
I know, I can't believe it. Like, two things that Ava told me that freaked me out. One, she said she has very vivid memories of when she was a kid of people coming over and like observing her family. Which is what they did to the kids in the study. Mm-hmm. Two, she said her birth mom was very friendly with the triplets' birth mom.
Oh my God. I'm fucking shook. Her birth mom was friendly. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I thought you meant her adopted mom was friendly with the triplets' adopted parents.
We got to bring Ava on the toast.
We have to bring Ava on the toast. We have to crack this case wide open. And then there is still one more set of twins that have yet to be reunited.
And, sorry, she also told me, Ava was like, her and Bruce, Ben's dad, were like on vacation somewhere like in Vermont, and they were at this market, and she saw someone, and she was like, oh my God, looks just like my brother. Like, she was like freaked out. So she went over and she was like, are you adopted by chance? Like, I know that's really weird. And the guy was like so weirded out. He was like, what? No. And then like ran away. So, I don't know. Fishy.
Fishy stuff. So at the end of the day, I think in the debate of nature versus nurture, and everyone says it's both, I think like nature is like how you are the way you are, like your mannerisms. And when they were doing all those interviews where it's like, we smoke the same cigarettes and we like have the same taste in girls, it's like, yeah, you're also 20 years old. So
living in New York, they all lived in New York.
Right, 20 years old, growing up in the same like neighborhood, essentially. I'm sure there's a #1 cigarette brand out there. And two, like, I'm sure you all have the same taste in hot girls, yeah.
Yeah,
hot moms, like, you know, it's like the things that they were asking, it's like, oh my God, they're so similar, but it's like, what people weren't focusing on were their differences.
Right.
Which I think were because of how they were raised.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on nature versus nurture?
So I think, I never thought about it that much because I've always really thought it is both.
Yeah, it is. I think nurture sometimes can overcome nature, but sometimes nature can overcome nurture.
But like the way that they were walking and talking was also similar, and that is nature because like they all have the same like gait, and that's just how they're born. That's like in their DNA, and they're very similar, and they look similar, and that's the nature of it all. And they have similarities because they're triplets. But they have so many, I think all their differences come from the nurture. You know, all the things that they were different on were nurture overriding nature.
And honestly, the chubbier brother in the documentary, like I found him so cute and good looking. I like wanted to set him up with someone. And his dad, like I was crying so much when he was like, when my dad found out he was that what they called him? Bubala? Yeah. It's like when my dad found out he was so heartbroken, like he would have wanted to adopt all 3 of us.
And he was the poor family.
Right. Yeah. So it was just like.
So it's not about like, they always say like, you know, having so many kids is like an expensive thing, but it's like, it's not about
how much money you have.
It's like a love thing. Yeah. Oh my God. I couldn't
was so distraught. Like, it's a tough movie to watch on a plane because you're just like left with your thoughts afterwards.
Right.
And I was thoughtful. Full of thoughts.
And then the Nazi in La Jolla was like, when she was talking about the 2 sets of twins that still haven't been reunited, it's like on the one hand, they should know they have a twin out there, but on the other hand, it's caused everyone all this sadness. Maybe they just shouldn't know.
But imagine I don't even necessarily know if it would make them feel better.
No, but like they have to know. Imagine entering the world with someone and then never ever seeing them again. That just goes against everything that God intended.
It was such a terrible movie. Like,
Also, there were so many sets of Jewish twins born in that one year.
right, totally. Who knew?
How did the Louise Wise Agency have access to so many
This is
twins?
just proof that like you need to know about yourself. Like you need to know like that. Did you do 23andMe ever?
So I just sent in my kit because I did my swab. I ordered the kit so long ago, and then I sat on it for a while just because I'm lazy. I did my swab, which is pink with my lipstick in it.
Yeah.
So they'll definitely get a hint of ColourPop Cosmetics,
Right.
Kylie. And I
They'll
just
say
sent.
that'll come back that you're related to the Kardashians.
When I sent it in, when I did it, it was like right after the hurricane, and the headquarters are in North Carolina, and I just didn't want it to get lost in the mail.
Smart.
So I waited, and I just sent it in, and I'm so excited and curious to find out my results because I know a lot of you guys think that I'm adopted.
Right, because she has red hair. Maybe we'll find out that you are.
Right, but I mean, I would have said, yeah, maybe we'll find out that I am, except when I took those pictures in a black wig, I was literally
Courtney.
Olivia.
Yeah, that's true. And also, we're just too similar, but maybe that's nurture. No, I did my 23andMe maybe like a year ago. I did it when me and Ben were getting married because I wanted to find out if we were related.
Which you are.
Which I think the 23andMe didn't explicitly say it, but it pretty much confirmed that we are because I came back 99.9% Jewish, Eastern European, and Ben came back 100%. I feel like
100% Jewish, Eastern European.
I feel like nobody's 100%. Like that really freaked me out. And I only did it because my friend Anna and Rachel, their dad, was like bragging to everyone. He was like, I was 98%. Nobody has ever been like, and we come from like a very, very Ashkenaz Jewish community. He was like, I'm higher than everyone. I got 98%. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I was like, actually, Kenny, I got 99.9%. And then Ben's results came back. He's like, I got 100. I was like, are you kidding?
Oh my God, I'm so excited to get my kit back and see how we're similar in nature and nurture.
Mm-hmm.
Also, did you know that 23andMe is named for the 23 chromosomes that make up our DNA?
Obviously, I didn't know that because I'm not that smart.
Right, but now you just learn something every day. Anyways,
interesting.
I would encourage so many people to do 23andMe, and I say that now.
It was astonishing.
I really look forward to see where I come from. And there's
Maybe you're
clearly
Irish.
like something about me that's different than you.
Me too. Yeah, I think
so. What is it?
Ireland.
I think no, we're not Irish, but we do have some.
South African.
No, is it Finland?
We do have
We
some
do
Finnish
have
in our
some
blood.
Finnish in our blood. So
Men like you are the reason I left Finland.
So maybe I'll find out that I'm predominantly Finnish.
That'd be cool.
Now through Thanksgiving, 23andMe Ancestry Service kits are only $49 per kit when you buy 2 or more kits. That's 50% off the regular kit price of $99 this holiday.
Oh, that's a good price.
Yeah, order your 20.
Oh, yes, I did it last year during holiday season because it was on sale.
Yes, me too. And that's how long I've waited. I've slept on this. Order your 23andMe Ancestry Kit at 23andme.com/toast. That's 23andme.com/toast. You guys, like,
It'll open your eyes.
It'll open your eyes, and maybe you'll find out that you have a twin.
That would be cool.
Also, 23andMe could be the last piece to the puzzle on the triplets, on the twins
Right.
separated.
If this twin thing had happened today, 23andMe would be all over it, like sponsoring their whole tour.
Totally.
As they should.
Oh my God, did you see 23andMe on Kardashians?
Of course. What a seamless integration. Not unlike ours. So it is 11:45. You have 15 minutes. Get your credit cards. Go to shopmorningtoast.com. The password will be removed. It'll be open. You don't need pre-sale for Patreon members. There are unlimited quantities. You have 24 hours, noon today till noon tomorrow, to get your pop sockets, your hats, your beanies, your sweatshirts, your t-shirts, your long sleeve shirts. I'm going to have an aneurysm.
You sound like the OxyClean guy.
He died.
Very sad.
Very sad.
And join the Morning Toast sorority because it's time we made it official, you guys.
I'm so
Rush
excited.
Toast.
We are gonna take care of everything, make sure there's no kinks. Let's take Shopify down, people. Go to shopmorningtoast.com. In 15 minutes, you have 24 hours to buy all the merch that you want. There are no refunds, and all items ship within 2 weeks.
And sizes go from small to 2XL.
Because we are not assholes, and I need the 2XL, so I needed to make them.
Yeah, me too, so I could wear it as a dress.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye, guys. We'll see you in 15 minutes.
Happy birthday to me. Shop Morning Toast for my birthday present. That's all I want.